Hey guys, it's Charlene. I'm doing something a little different from usual today. I'm going to be upcycling this glass container. I've had it in my cabinet for probably 10 years, bought it at the dollar store. It's meant to hold cotton balls, and it has been sitting in my storage closet with no use. So today I'm going to be upcycling it to complete part of my final challenge for my level 2 certification with Altenew. So I'm going to be doing some alcohol inks. I'm starting out here with some cling wrap and I'm just putting it down on my glass mat. I could work directly on the glass mat, but I want to keep my space kind of clean. This paper towel is going to help to catch the drips from the alcohol ink. And now I'm taking off the lid. I'm going to turn the bottom part of the dish over upside down. This is going to make it easier. I've got some, let's see, what did I use? I used Tranquil and Sublime Pearl alcohol inks, and I've got my applicator. I have a little felt piece that goes on top there, so I'm going to put a couple drops of the green here and then some of the blue, and then I also have my blending solution here. So you can apply alcohol inks to any non-porous surface and they work particularly well on glass. So I'm going to dab this around in a circular motion. This is going to give me a nice overall layer on the base of this piece. So once I get all the way around, I'll just keep working my way all the way down to what would be the rim of the glass dish. Once that's done, I'm going to come in and do the exact same thing a second time to create a second layer. Alcohol inks are all about layering. So here I'm bringing in some teal. I believe this is, what color is this? That is Laguna. Yes, love the names of the alcohol inks. And I'm also going to bring in a bit of Glacier because I want there to be some more blue. So let me show you what this is starting to look like. Because I used those alcohol ink pearls, it does have a little bit of a pearlescent sheen to it, which is really nice. It dries really fast. I'm going to turn it so that I can now use my blower tool on here and get these inks to kind of start mixing a little bit. So I'm just going to drip some of my blending solution around here and there and then blow along the edge of the glass. How much you add is definitely a personal preference. You could do as many layers or as few as you like. You could use as much blending solution as you like. I would just recommend not going overboard with the dripping directly onto the glass because it can make a bit of a mess. And if you don't like messes like me, that's going to be my best piece of advice for you. I also like to change my little felt pad every once in a while, especially if I feel like I'm not getting the application of the alcohol ink anymore that I like. So I wanted more blue in here. So I just came in directly with some of that Glacier. I want to talk to you a little bit about upcycling. Upcycling is just the process of taking something that's old or discarded or unwanted and turning it into something that's new, useful. Oftentimes it takes the route of home decor because that's really easy to do, but it's a great way to get creative and reduce some waste and give some of those discarded items in your house some new life. Okay, I'm going to turn this so that you can see it a bit better on camera. Look how pretty this is now that I've added all of that color, all of that mixing. It's just this nice, beautiful blue, green, and teal blend. So now I'm going to set this aside and make sure it is thoroughly dry. You could seal this with a gloss varnish if you wanted to, an acrylic spray, something like that. But I'm going to leave it as is since this is going to be a decorative piece and I'm not going to be washing it or anything. I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to take some very, very sticky double-sided tape here and I'm going to wrap it all the way around the top. Once you place it all the way around the top, you want to make sure it's nice and smooth. So I'll remove that release tape. I have some jute twine here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to start at the very top and I'm going to keep the tail a little bit down from the top so that way I can tuck it in when I work my way around. And so I'll run this jute all the way around until I get done with the width of that double-sided tape. As you're applying the jute, you do want to Turn your piece with your left hand. I recommend keeping it on a paper towel. It makes it a little bit easier to turn it around. And then you can use your right hand, that is, as long as you're right-handed, to guide the jute. So you can decide how far down you want to go. I'm going to put a second piece of double-sided tape here. And then once I've reached the end of that second piece of the double-sided tape, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the little remaining bit of the twine and then just tuck that tail up a little bit so it's not so noticeable. Here's what we have so far. To decorate our piece, I'm going to use the Prickly Pear Die Set. So I'll take all of these dies here and cut them out from white cardstock, and then I'm just using the layering guide that's on the back of the packaging there to see how to layer these all up. Now this set does have the keyhole in it and also embosses the number on there, which makes it really easy to layer. I'll start here with piece number 2. I'm going to add glue just around the center. Now, here is a tip for you. When you are going to be working with paper flowers and you're going to be putting them on something that's not a flat surface, you really want to make sure and only add glue to the center, and that'll make sense later. So keep that in mind. Now I'm just going to reference back to the picture for the spots that don't have any of the numbers or the keyhole on them. Makes it really easy to do. Add a little foam dot in order to pop up any pieces that you want to have popped up. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the second flower, just following the back of the packaging. So here's the finished 2 pieces, but I've actually decided that I want to create 3 more of just that flower. So I've finished them off here. I'm going to bring in some ocean waves, which is kind of a nice aqua color. And I'm going to get a little bit on my brush here and just bring it in from the edges because I want to shade these flowers. I don't want to turn them completely blue. I just want to give them a nice fade going in towards the center of the flower. If you want to build up so that it's even darker on the edges, you can just take your brush and brush it against the edges of those. Now to add a little more interest, I brought in an enamel dot from the Sweet Dreams enamel dots, and I'm putting them on the centers of the florals. I've got some double-sided tape on the back there, and I'm going to adhere these directly to the twine. Once I have all 4 of them placed around the edges, then to help them lay flat, remember what I was talking about before? I'm going to come in here now with the double-sided tape and stick it here and there to help it lay flat against the container. So I'm done. I'm going to use this for storage in my craft room, I think. So I'm just showing you an example here. I've got some washi tape in there. I have that white piece of cardstock so that hopefully you can see the color a little bit better. Definitely stick around for the photos because this in real life looks so pretty. All right, guys, I hope you're inspired to upcycle something at home. I hope you picked up some tips and tricks today. Please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that I can continue to bring you more crafty content in the future. Until next time, happy crafting.